Starting, all attendees are in listen-only mode.
Good evening, friends, and warm welcome in this special webinar on Ace Your LinkedIn Profile or LinkedIn networking, we can say. It's a very unique session. LinkedIn is a professional network worldwide across more than 740 million professionals from 55 million registered across the globe has their profile on LinkedIn, and there is no other talk, no social, no other talk. Only professional talk is there. So how we can use LinkedIn for our networking and our personal branding. So we can see in our today's session, there's a great coverage area of our today's session in that how to create high impact LinkedIn all star profile, how to network effectively on LinkedIn. Like there is nowadays many things are virtual, so how to take the benefit of that virtual networking through LinkedIn. This will very helpful for our practice, even job, and also for internship, articleship for our CA students. And there is one unique concept that restart your career using LinkedIn after career break, specifically for women. So that we will see in this our today's session. We have our today's guest speaker, Dr. Sneha Sharma, ma'am, who is a great profile, and our today's coordinator. She will introduce Ritika Pate. She is also very active professional, a passionate professional from Navi Mumbai. So she will introduce our today's guest as well. And we have a glad to have all our branch, we can say a committee member and a office bearer. We have a CA, Dr. Anjali Choksi, ma'am, Chairperson from Ahmedabad. Ma'am, welcome on our platform and thank you so much for joining. And would like to request you to address the attendees in a while. We also welcome CA Deepika Gudgudkya, ma'am, from Vapi branch. We are together in last year cruise RRC, where I got the opportunity to speak as well. And I can say I proudly say I'm the first speaker who has got the opportunity to speak on cruise. I mean, we have a session, we have a webinar, we have a auditorium session, but on cruise, and then first speaker from CA background. So that memories with we have with Deepika ma'am. We have a CA Poonam Pathak ma'am. We can say a brand ambassador for CA Health, or we can say CA is a very lazy in health because of a sitting job or laptop job. But ma'am has an have a impact and have a great uh, impact, and we can say there are many who can encourage because of ma'am. And if she has started a health studio at Navi Mumbai branch, she is a committee member at Navi Mumbai branch of WRC of ICI. So we have a overall great panel today, and we have a Vrishali Gupta ma'am also who has joined just now. She is a finance manager from Get My Loan, so you can connect with ma'am for all your loan requirement as well. Would like to request ma'am to come on screen, and for further proceeding, would like to request CA Ritika Pate ma'am to take the proceeding ahead.
Hello everyone. Today's speaker is Dr. Sneha Sharma, the founder and director of Dream Career University. Dr. Sneha Sharma helps students in discovering their true potential, passion and dream career. She helps in building, creating and preparing students for their dream career. She is an alumni from University Business School, Chandigarh, and a certified trainer from Indian Society of Training and Development. She has spent last 10 years in speaking and helping other people refine their skill. She is disciplined, punctual and socializing being. She has coached over 7,000 students in various fields from marketing to advertising, to soft skills, to English speaking, to etiquette training. Being a doctorate in marketing, she has great eye for details and has great command over subjects like marketing and branding. She has been consistently devising tools and methods for past 10 years to help people master their career. She has also been featured in the Tribune and Dainik Jagran for her path-breaking webinars for the student community. She has also been featured by Invest Punjab Initiative as Inspirational Woman of Punjab in 2021. She has also been featured in magazines like Startup Urban, Startup Cure. She is currently working with various institutions across the country for helping students achieving their true potential. We welcome you, ma'am.
Thank you very much. Thank you for such a glamorous introduction, I would say. Thank you very much. Extremely overwhelming.
Just want to inform you, all the attendees and all the participants, apart from GoToWebinar, we are live on LinkedIn, we are live on Facebook, we are live on YouTube and also on Twitter. So before we invite Sneha ma'am, would like to request CA Dr. Anjali Choksi ma'am. She has a great, have a great, we can say a great profile on LinkedIn, and there are many followers, and we can say a great connects of ma'am. So would like to request ma'am first to have a few words, ma'am.
Thank you, Viragji, for giving me this opportunity. I must congratulate him for conducting such kind of programs for our fraternity. A very good evening to the esteemed faculty, Dr. Sneha, and my colleagues, Deepika, Poonam, Ritika, and my dear attendees. I must say the topics which we have selected will definitely take the social media, the LinkedIn level to a very next level. I will definitely take the contact details of Sneha for Ahmedabad branch. And my dear attendees, LinkedIn is a wonderful platform, and जितना भी जैसे हम सोशल मीडिया जितना भी यूज करें उतना कम है. LinkedIn is on the same page. I do remember people contact, मतलब वहाँ पे आप bluntly एक दूसरे को कांटेक्ट कर सकते हो आराम से. हमारे प्रोफेशन में कोड ऑफ एथिक्स होता है कि हम किसी को अपना काम दिखा नहीं सकते, बट लिंक्डइन इज सच अ प्लेटफॉर्म. आप किसी को भी मैसेज कर सकते हो, आई एम इनटू सो एंड सो सर्विसेज, आपको कुछ भी काम हो, दीज आर माय कांटेक्ट डिटेल्स. यू कैन गिव रिकमेंडेशंस, यू कैन टेक रिकमेंडेशंस, एंड इट्स अ लवली प्लेटफॉर्म. और फेसबुक जो यहाँ पे जो अभी मैं तो ऐसा ही बोलती हूँ ગુજરાતીમાં મેં એવું કહે છે કે ફેસબુક એક વ્યવહાર બની ગયો છે કે બર્થડે વિશ ફોન નથી કરતા, we just write and વ્યવહાર is done. And LinkedIn માં બધી શાંતિ છે. You cannot share your photos beyond a certain level. So I would request all of you to take the most of it and wish you all a happy learning. Thank you.
Thank you so much, ma'am. I would also like to request Deepika ma'am from Vapi branch to address the attendees.
Thank you, Virag, for arranging such good sessions, which are need of the hour. Means, as Anjali said, we all use Facebook, Instagram, but major of us are unaware of how to use LinkedIn and to take the major benefits. So thank you so much. Thank you, Dr. Sneha, for like guiding us. आप आगे हमें सिखाओगे. So thank you so much, and all the best to all the attendees. Keep learning. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Now, Vrishali ma'am from Get My Loan. Ma'am, would you like to address the attendees, ma'am? Vrishali ma'am.
Hi everyone. I would just like to say that this is a good session that you have arranged, because not many people know how to use LinkedIn, how to go about it, like how to approach other people through LinkedIn. So it is a very good session. I would like to say that.
Thank you. And we have a Poonam ma'am as well. Would like to request Poonam ma'am to address the attendees on LinkedIn.
Thank you so much, Viragji, for giving me this opportunity. And good evening, Sneha ma'am, Anjali ma'am, Deepika, Ritika, Vishali ma'am, and all the attendees. So, like after the like during the COVID also, LinkedIn usage has been increased, and like it has been said, like our network is our network. So we can create a good network by using LinkedIn and other social media apps, and also you can create your own brand. So you are now people say you are in social media, there's fitness influencer for CA. So how do you know? Because I keep sharing my daily activities, what I'm doing in the fitness and all. So you are creating your brand, and how people know you by using social media. You can create a image. So whenever that kind of work is coming on something, so they will directly, your name will come to their mind. Okay, let's connect to her. So in this way, you can use positively social media, and it's a very good topic. Is your LinkedIn. So thank you so much, Viraj.
Thank you, thank you. We have a Tripti ma'am also from Nagpur branch has joined. So would like to request Tripti ma'am also to come on screen, and after that um, will request our today's speaker Sneha ma'am to address the attendees. Ma'am, the other all the this panelists, the special invitees are from the branches, and like Anjali ma'am already told that she will ask for your number and try to have a session in Ahmedabad branch. Like all other branches also may request you for the session for their members as well.
Absolutely getting enlightened, Virag sir. It's a pleasure. I've never been into a CA community. I have a few friends, so it's a great pleasure listening to such great professionals. Please carry on.
So I think Trupti ma'am is a little busy. So would like to request now Sneha ma'am to take the proceeding ahead, ma'am. Over to you.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much, Virag sir, and thank you to all the wonderful panelists. I feel very empowered to see, all the ladies on the panel, and thank you to Virag sir for, building such kind of a community. Extremely grateful for that. So today's session, Virag sir had specifically, we wanted to make sure that this community is able to use this platform in order to take it to their benefit. Reason being that there are just two communities which are not allowed to advertise, which was also shared earlier by a panelist, ma'am. One is your community, and the other one is my husband's community because he's a lawyer. So these two communities are not allowed to, it's a part of their code of conduct that they just cannot share or advertise their services, as in, like I can do as a trainer, he can't do it. So I have tried to keep this session, keeping that point of view in mind. And I always say that LinkedIn is not just a networking tool. It is your personal branding tool. So I would like to, start sharing my screen. I hope it's visible to everyone. It's a mind map which should be visible to all of you. And with the help of this mind map, I'm going to help you in understanding that how this whole process of LinkedIn can help us in understanding. So when I say LinkedIn as a personal branding tool, I specifically want you to understand that it is just not a personal branding tool. It is actually your digital footprint tool also. So when I say digital footprint tool, I think it's important for us to understand why I'm calling it a digital footprint tool. So as Virag sir has already shared, and our panelists have also told us that this session is going to talk about four aspects, where I will touch upon LinkedIn as a personal branding tool, a digital footprint tool, and a networking tool, where we will try to understand how do you actually build a good LinkedIn profile, then how do you use it to network effectively, how do you engage on this platform, and then how can you use it for restarting your career, because just having a profile is not good enough. It is not what is the purpose of this platform is. Now, taking you back to my original term, which is the digital footprint. So the term is quite clear from its definition. Digital is online, footprint is, we call, the steps which we leave behind when we walk. So digital footprint is that when you are online, when you are doing anything on internet, anything means anything, whether you're searching on Google, you're on YouTube, you're on Instagram, Facebook, anywhere, if you're using the web services, your data is being stored and it can be analyzed by anyone who has control over your data. Now, why as an employee, as a job seeker, as a businessman, this should matter to you? This matters to you because the moment we say digital footprint, the term personal branding also comes into picture. So when I say personal branding and digital footprint, we need to understand that there are multiple platforms. We are there on Facebook, we are there on Instagram. Some of us might be there on LinkedIn also. Some must be there on Snapchat, on Pinterest. There are multiple platforms which are available. But in order To create a digital footprint which gives you benefit, you need to be on the right platform, because this personal branding is nothing, it's just your uniqueness that you present to the world. So which platform you end up choosing, whether you use Facebook, whether you use Instagram, Snapchat, Spotify, will depend on what is the end objective that you wish to achieve. Now you might ask me, ma'am, Instagram cannot have an end objective. There is an end objective of using Instagram for people who are using it as a personal branding tool. You might be using it as a networking tool. You might be using it as a social, setup tool where you see your friends, click pictures, post them. But for people who are engaging in their business and client activities through Instagram, they have a very clear end objective. So when you have to choose one of the platforms, you need to be clear why have you chosen that platform. I have seen in my personal connections, I have a couple of CAs who have excellent YouTube channels. They are delivering some amazing value. So they have chosen YouTube along with LinkedIn as a channel because they want to share their knowledge with the world. The same way, I know another CA who is having an excellent podcast called Glitters of Life. I was also on his podcast. Again, he has chosen as, a audio version. That is why podcast as a medium of branding himself. So depending on what is it that you want to do with your knowledge, how do you want to present yourself to the world, you will be choosing your personal branding too, right? So why are we talking about LinkedIn? Why the session is only on LinkedIn and not on anything else? We need to understand that LinkedIn is the only professional network. There is no other network which is professional in nature. Facebook is social networking, Instagram is social networking, Snapchat is social, Spotify is audio based. There is no other channel which talks about connecting to professional entities. So, if at all you have any professional aspirations which you need to be getting fulfilled, the right platform is LinkedIn. Okay, so I hope till here we have the clarity. Okay, so this is why we are talking about LinkedIn. So let me give you a small example of what I'm trying to say. So if I go to let me take you to Google and explain to you why am I talking about LinkedIn as so important. So if you go to Google, okay, I hope my screen is visible, Virag sir, if you could just confirm once.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Great. So if we go to Google and we type Sneha Sharma, which is my name, okay, you will not find me on the first search page. It is Sneha Sharma, the racer. The girl is younger to me, but she has made name for India. She's a F1 racer, okay. But the moment I say, or let me give you another example. If I type Apple here, you will see Apple as the brand which is coming up as the first search result and not the red apple that we all know about. If I go here and let's say type duster, you will not find that green board or white board duster. You will find the car. This is the power of brands. This is the power of branding. So these companies are doing branding of the products. We are talking about branding ourselves. So like I showed you, Sneha Sharma was not available for a brand for me to use. What did I do? If you go and find me with the name Sneha Sharma, the coach, the only thing you will find on Google is going to be about me. It's going to be all about me. It's going to be only my videos. It's going to be only my conversations, my Udemy, my sessions. Now, what I'm trying to tell you here, look at the first search result. Despite of the fact I have 3 personal websites, I have featured on so many places, the first search result is LinkedIn. So that means that LinkedIn is a tool which makes you visible on Google. So if you brand yourself right, if you use this tool in the right way, the way you want to use it and the way you want to use it for your benefit, you can actually create a separate niche for yourself where there is no other competition, right? So that is the importance of personal branding, which I wanted all of us to understand. Now, when we say LinkedIn, the first thing which I want all of you to know is that number one, for setting up a LinkedIn profile, you need nothing. You just need a smartphone or a laptop, and you need an app on it or on your web browser, and you need an email ID. That's all. That's the basic need. And if you already have a profile on LinkedIn, then you have a great way of checking your LinkedIn profile. How effectively is it right now planned by using this feature called social selling score, which compares you to rest of your peers in the same industry, and it tells you that how well your LinkedIn profile is as of now, or how well are you branding or targeting yourself to the companies, to the clients, or to the businesses that you're interested in. We will talk about this a little later, but important point to note here is to have a LinkedIn profile, you just need one email ID and that's all. Once you have finalized that, okay, I want to be on LinkedIn, or if you already are on LinkedIn, the next step for you is to figure out that what exactly is it that you really want to be doing on LinkedIn. You have to be setting your goal. You have to be setting your goal. You have, because setting goal is going to be something which is very, very crucial. What can be your goals for LinkedIn? Your goals could be to get business. If you're practicing CA, your goal could be to get clients, to get more businesses. If you are looking for a job, you might want to have a job through LinkedIn. If you're looking for an internship, articleship, you can think about that. Or maybe you already have your business in place and you just want to make sure that you are being known for what you do and you are trying to create your personal brand. So these could be, any of these could be your goals. So before doing anything, you need to know why you're doing it. Once you're clear with the why, then it is easier for us to follow the steps. Next important thing which I am touching in the very first beginning is something called keywords. So आप लोगों में से who all have ever been, searching for jobs or some clients, you already know, you must have heard this term called keywords. Keywords is, it's actually a term which is used by digital marketers for search engine optimization. जैसे मैंने Google पे टाइप किया Sneha Sharma the coach, so the keywords were Sneha Sharma the coach, and I have made sure that this word is everywhere wherever my presence is there, because recruiters, people who give you jobs, they are using LinkedIn as a sourcing tool. So if you use the right keywords which match you with your desired or your dream career, dream job, you will be able to find yourself listed on the filtration page of the recruiter. So we will talk about this. I'm going to take you live to my profile and explain all these to you. But right now, my intention is to tell you that setting up a goal for LinkedIn is important, whether it's a personal branding, whether it's getting an internship, job, articleship, whatever is it, you need to know in your brain. That's it. You don't have to put it on LinkedIn that I am on LinkedIn for doing this. No, you need to have a clarity, and then we will be talking about the right action plan. Now, the next thing which I want all of you to understand is the moment we talk about LinkedIn profiles, if I show you my LinkedIn profile, so if you randomly, if I go and search someone on LinkedIn, let's say I go and search Ankur Warikoo is a very famous personality from LinkedIn. So if at the moment you go and click on somebody's profile, the first thing that you will be able to see is his profile picture, the name, and his headline. Okay, so these three are very, very crucial. When you click on the profile, what opens up? It's again the picture, the background, we call it the cover image, and we have his headline. So that means these three aspects are the most crucial ones, and they need to be continuously updated. So I have been following Ankur Warikoo for almost 5-6 years. When he was not a brand, I have seen his first post on LinkedIn. So I have seen how he has gradually grown, and every time he keeps changing these three aspects to make sure that he is using it effectively to connect with his audience, because he's not the person who's looking for a job kind of approach. So that is why the perfect LinkedIn profile photo and banner is the first thing that you must focus on while building your LinkedIn. Having a professional picture, having a good cover image are the two main aspects. So when I say a perfect LinkedIn profile photo, why is it important? First reason, when you try to connect with anyone, this profile picture is going to help you in building the credibility. It is going to give you the credibility that people will trust you. And as per data, if you have a pleasing, correct profile picture, your profile is viewed 21 times more, 21 times, 21x. And number two, if you send a connection request, the chances of your connection request getting accepted is up to 9 times more, rather than having no photograph or having not the correct format of photograph on LinkedIn. So your photograph needs to be recent and clear. So if you see my current profile picture, you will be able to understand that I am the same person. So make sure that you keep your profile photo, which is recent, and it needs to be very clear. It should have a minimal and plain background. It should be minimalistic in nature. It needs to be a headshot. It needs to be close enough for people to see you. Okay, because when you connect over a virtual medium, your expressions, your smile, your eyes, everything has a very crucial role to play. Plus, you need to be professionally dressed because it's a professional platform, right? And if possible, we don't have to be laughing, but a gentle smile is something which will always be helpful. So if you see my current profile, if I take you to my profile, so let me show you my profile picture. So if you look at my profile picture, this is it. So in my profile picture, you will see that this is what is a profile picture looks like. I have my, it's a professional picture. I'm smiling, a close headshot, and I'm formally dressed, right? It's a pleasing picture. People would like to connect with me after they see this picture in case they think I can add value to them, right? So that is the purpose with which we need to be putting our profile photograph. Then is your LinkedIn banner. Now, many of you might think, ma'am, what is the purpose of a LinkedIn banner? Why should we even worry about it? The purpose of a LinkedIn banner is to communicate your interest, communicate your curiosity about something, communicate what exactly are you involved in, what is the value that you give. So my banner has my picture. It says what I keep talking about, building your dream career. It has my 2 website names, and that's it. I have kept it minimalistic. I have, if you understand all the contents that I want to show, I have kept it to the right side, because on the left side you have the picture. So there is no point putting any information on the left side, right? Always keep the information on the right side. You can add your phone number, you can add your email ID. What content can you use? You can simply add things which create, which, like for example, you are into a CA profession and you enjoy doing GST kind of things. So what is that you've recently done? Have you been featured in some magazine? You've written some article, you've written a blog. You can talk about that on your cover picture, something which makes people understand that what exactly do you deliver. It needs to click with them. Okay, so that is the point of this cover image, and it is important because if you go to a zero LinkedIn profile which you just begin, there is a plain blue background. So try to at least change that blue background. If nothing, just put your own picture, add your email ID, add your phone number. That is more than sufficient, but you need to make sure that you put in the effort to show that you have branded yourself on this kind of a website. So this is about the first part that we talked, which is your perfect LinkedIn banner and the LinkedIn profile photograph. So I hope till here we have the clarity. The next important thing is your LinkedIn heading, right? And a LinkedIn summary. Now, why I say a LinkedIn heading and a LinkedIn summary? Now, all of us read newspapers, whether you read digital newspapers or you read the old version of physical newspapers. In any case, the first thing which gets your attention is the headline. We all agree on that, right? You first read the headline, then you read the content. And then you even decide whether you want to read the content or not based on the headline. So headline has a huge role to play, and it is the thing which is going to help you in making a great impression. So now you might ask me, so what do we write on the headline? Because usually what students do it, they will write student at Punjab University, Chandigarh, not the right headline. CAs would do CA, that's it. Or somebody is aspiring to be a CA, aspiring to be a CA. No, these are not the right kind of headlines. Your headline needs to have your title. That is, if at all you're already working, you can choose a title where you're already working, right? Then you will be also talking about your target audience, that what audience are you catering to if you're already working? Are you working with businesses? Are you working with individuals? And what are you helping them with? What is your uniqueness? Let me show you an interesting profile. First, let's just check out my headline, how I've done it. First thing, even before headline, you have an option of crafting your specialized name. Let me show you the edit feature here. So if you see, if I press the edit button, it allows me, my name is Sneha Sharma, but what have I done? I have used Sneha Sharma, the coach, and I've also added career growth specialist, so that if somebody doesn't have time to even read about what I do, it is clear from my name. So let's say you are a GST person and you talk about GST, or you are excellent with filing or taxation, something. So you say, Sneha Sharma, CS Sneha Sharma, tax filing specialist, something like that, where you stand out. You just tell the people without putting them under the pressure of checking your profile, simply telling them what exactly you do, right? So you should choose a name that exactly resonates with what you are trying to do. So what I have done, I have written, I am a career spotlight coach. I help people get the desired spotlight. I'm a public speaking trainer. I'm a brand consultant, and something about myself. I'm a golfer. I'm a public speaker, and I've mentored over 7,000 plus students. So what does this do? This creates credibility. So if you have worked with 10 clients, you've worked with 20 clients, you have worked with 500 clients, write that down. Quantifiable figures will always create more trust than writing many. Okay, so put those figures down there. And then can you see the last one? What have I written? I say, are you next? So I'm trying to give them a call to action. Okay, आप क्या मेरे साथ अब आगे काम करना चाहते हैं, ताकि if there is a small thing in their mind that they want to work with me, I have opened that door in their mind that yes, I do work, you have the option to work with me. So that is how you can actually craft. So let me show you this very interesting profile of CA Shraddha. This is a good profile to see if you want to see. So she has started her profile's headline. If you see, she says 13K connects. Okay, so she is saying that I have over 13,000 connections on LinkedIn. That's a good way to present herself. Then she's written she's an associate director. She's earlier worked with ENY. She's also a co-founder with TKG. She's transforming digital and social media profile for firms and leaders. So what she did, she told what exactly can she deliver. Okay. Then she says she's a speaker, corporate trainer, and writer. And look at her background. It just shows that she's a speaker. She has written what is her current designation, etc. And she's used the same picture everywhere. Can you see? There are not multiple pictures. Simple pictures she has used, and she has tried to put forward her point. Okay. So number one, you need to know why you are this profile. If you see, she's not here to get a job. This profile is for personal branding. You can very well see, because she is trying to present herself as a influencer, that she has a following and she is a brand on this platform. So that is how you need to first decide about your goal, and then write your what headline. In the headline, you must use the right keywords. Like I told you, if you have, I have written, I have mentored students. Why have I entered students? Because my major clients are students. I have written brand consultant. Why I have written that? Because the word brand is a keyword for me. I get many projects for content writing, for public speaking, because of the word brand. And I have also highlighted my skills, that I am a public speaking trainer. I am a career spotlight coach. I've been specific. I've told I've mentored over 7,000 students. So the more clear and the more specific you are about what you do, the credibility, the trust is what this profile must make for your audience, so that they connect with you. Okay, so this is for LinkedIn headline. The next important feature which comes up is the summary of LinkedIn. That how do you write the summary part? People don't take this very seriously, but it is a great way. Consider that if you want to rank on Google, whatever keywords you want to be ranked for, or if you're looking for a job, whatever kind of a job you're looking for, all jobs have some keywords. There are some key responsibilities for every job, every internship, every articleship. There's things that they want you to do. So for those particular things, whatever the keywords are, you must mention them throughout throughout your summary, your headline, your work experience. So you can use storytelling approach. You can describe what motivates you, what kind of a person you are. It is like answering that first question of personal interview. Please introduce yourself. So what all you tell in your introduction is similar that you want to share with the people on LinkedIn who visit. Just a quick tip is that you can use short blogs in order to make it more readable. So if I show you my personal summary, I will give you another hack, which I say it's a trick. If people can understand the trick, it's very easy for you to, get hold. Let me show you what I'm trying to tell you. So if you go to my profile and you click on, if you see my summary, let me just show you my summary. Okay, so when you visit somebody's profile, the only thing you can see part of their LinkedIn summary is only the first 30, 40, 50 words is what is visible. The rest of it is not visible. So that is the trick, that in the first few 2-3 lines or 2-3 words, you should be able to mention what exactly you want to click. Okay, so I will show it to you while my homepage is opening, so that I can touch upon the experience section also for you, so that we touch all two of them together. So when I say keywords, the keywords are going to be important across throughout your LinkedIn profile. You have an option to upload your resume on LinkedIn, so there is no need to copy things from your resume. Resume is a shorter version. A resume cannot be more than a one page, but a LinkedIn profile can be as elaborative, as extensive as you want. So make sure that you use it effectively. Okay, so if you see the skills, experience, and education section, in all these three, you should put all the things which are important for you. For example, always in your section mention the key responsibilities that you took depending on what particular area that you have worked. For example, always mention what exactly did you do during that experience. For example, did you file GST? Were you into indirect taxation? Were you helping clients to maybe help them, you were advisory to them on tax matters? What exactly were you doing for them? Were you processing refunds for them? If you were processing refunds, how much amount were you able to do it? That will bring some figures, some numbers. So these results, when you mention these results, when you give, they are going to play a very, very crucial role. Okay, so if you try to make your profile with the concept in mind that I will also be talking about the results that I deliver, what have I done, your chances of you getting noticed by the right people is more. How? Because you will be then coming out in the right search. You will be visible when people search for those keywords. Your profile will rank on LinkedIn. Otherwise, if you do not have enough connections, if you do not write the right keywords, it's not going to work. The biggest disaster that somebody can do to themselves is that they write on Google in the headline looking for a job. You will find so many profiles who write looking for a job on their LinkedIn profile if they are actually looking for a job. They will never get ranked because a recruiter will never go to LinkedIn and type looking for a job as keyword. He will type I need a digital marketer. He will type GST expert. He will type taxation. He will type words which are the part of the responsibility. Okay, so you have to be putting those right kind of words in your profile in order to get that effectiveness in your profile. So since we are talking about CA background here, so you can talk about your taxability, credit availment, what exactly did you deliver? Talk about these very specific things. Even in your education, if you have done projects, there is a separate column in LinkedIn which allows you to write down projects. Write it. Try to fill information in every single column and try to present it that it is easy to read and people can understand what exactly did you do. So how I have done it, how I usually tell my students is, if they want to write an experience, they should write the key responsibilities, that in this company I did this 6 tasks. For these 6 tasks, I did these 2 special actions which I took. Then what were the results? I could multiply the sales, I could help in customer acquisition, I could, get successful refund for the company. Whatever you did, get that mention. That is the most crucial thing that you must do, so that you're able to rank on this particular platform, right? So this is your skills and experience section. After this, this is what your basic LinkedIn profile must be taking care in order for you to do well. So if you look at this particular aspect for a profile, these are the only things which are going to make a lot of value. So your profile picture needs to be ready. That is one part. Second part, your headline should be good. That is one which is catchy. Your summary needs to be good. That is again which is important, right? And then you will be talking about, I will be taking you to the featured section. So if you see this featured section, this is the featured section. So in the featured section, you have the option of putting down the post, right? Or you can add your resume. If you have a personal website, you can add your personal website. If you have a portfolio that you have created, you can add that. You simply press the plus button and you can add whatever you want. If you want to add a media, that means you want to add image of some award function, you were being featured somewhere, you got a certificate for something, add it here. Whatever way you, if you want to add an article that you wrote or somebody wrote it for you where you were featured, add that. If you recently did a post which was good on particular topic, you were appreciated, add that. So these things will be, if somebody visits your profile, the featured section is like branding yourself, that mere bare mein ye padho, this is what I want you to know about me. That is the way you should go about it. Okay, so in this I want you to introduce you to one more thing which we call this experience section. So in this experience section, you have an option that the latest option which was added by LinkedIn, which is excellent, is adding a career break. Okay, so LinkedIn has normalized career break. It says that it's okay to go on a career break. So I also have a career break where I, got to become a mother. So I've added that as a career break. Apart from that, I have mentioned wherever I did, whatever things I have mentioned, all my experiences. I have been elaborative based on what do I want to be searched for? What do I want people to know about me? That is exactly what I have written. I have not gone beyond that. I am a consultant, branding consultant. I have written only that. I was a soft skill trainer. I have written that. So depending on what exactly you deliver, you need to be filling those details. While I worked as professor, I have given a details that what all did I do, what trainings did I give, what subjects did I work. While I was a senior research fellow, what softwares did I use, what all papers did I make. Mention every single thing. That is something which is going to help you. These are all keywords. These are all keywords. Ye training, career. Why are these words again and again used in my profile? Because I want to be searched for these keywords only. I want people to find me on LinkedIn the moment they type career coach. I want my profile to come. That is the whole reason why we give importance to the section called keywords on LinkedIn. Okay, so I hope till here we have the clarity. Let me also show you why we are talking about keywords, because if I show you the LinkedIn has introduced another feature which is called LinkedIn Analytics, where you are able to see how well your posts are performing. Okay, so let me show that to you. So if you see this, so this is how your LinkedIn on web browser looks like. Okay, so it shows who viewed your profile. So 1987 people viewed my profile, and I have over 1 lakh views on my content, right? So this is what LinkedIn tells you when it talks about the analytics for a particular frame of time. And let me show you the importance of keywords, why I'm talking about keywords so much. Let me show this to you also. See. Now, when you see this particular search results, these analytics which are private to me, when I click on this, it will exactly show me that what keywords was I found for. Can you see this? It shows coach, it shows branding consultant, it shows personality. It also tells you what companies searched for me. Where are those people working who searched me? They were from ENY, they were from KPMG, they were from a branding group, they were from a institute called IMI in Kolkata. What were their job titles? Who searched for me? So these are the kind of insights that LinkedIn can give you. And if you use them, if you are able to understand how to use them effectively, it is of huge importance. Okay, so this was about the feature section. The next important thing which makes LinkedIn stand out from a resume is that it gives you the option to have recommendations. Recommendation is extremely crucial on a resume, or while you fill a job form. The maximum people say is that write down the contact details of 2 of your recommendations. That's it. People cannot read about you. People can't see what they want to tell about you. They have to eventually call up to get it. But on LinkedIn, if you are using this site in the right way for the right networking, you can actually use recommendations as a great tool for advertising yourself. So while I got my first 5-6 recommendation, I've used those 5-6 recommendations to reach out to 100, 200 more people and get clients through them. That I was successfully, recommended by so and so working at so and so company. He could get a career raise of, so much money. He could get a better package, and it is being written in my profile. So that is the proof that I am honest and I am able to deliver the results. So it is like branding yourself without breaching any code of conduct and presenting your best self to everyone who's there on the network. Okay, so taking LinkedIn recommendations is extremely crucial. Now, many of you might ask, ma'am, what is the best way to take a LinkedIn recommendation? The best way to take a LinkedIn recommendation is a give LinkedIn recommendation. Okay, so if you want somebody to recommend you, you must first recommend the people who have worked for you. It's always a mutual understanding that you will be able to find the right kind of people for you. So when you get a recommendation, when you want a recommendation, you can request someone. You can just click on their profile, request for a recommendation, and they can give the details. And when they give the details, request them to get a little more elaborative. That will help you in getting the right kind of clients for you, right? So this is the importance that recommendations can do for you all while you're trying to find an internship, a job, or a articleship through CAIIB. The next aspect is, once your profile is ready, there is something called all-star profile on LinkedIn. For an all-star profile, you need a profile photo, you need minimum 50 connections, you need your all section details to be filled, a proper headline, a cover photograph. When everything is in place and you have more than 50 connections and 2 recommendations, LinkedIn gives your profile a all-star status. Now you might ask, ma'am, what is the need? Why do we need to get an all-star status? You need to get an all-star status because the profiles which are all-star, they rank up higher in the search. Okay, so that is the importance of doing a all-star status. After your all-star status is done, next step is to engage with the content and to build your network. It is basically a networking site. So once your LinkedIn goal is clear, then you need to start engaging with the people who you want to show your personal brand to. For example, if you follow my LinkedIn profile, I usually comment on posts where there are either, corporate employees are involved, they are posting something, or there are coaches. Why am I doing that? Because the employees which are posting, they are my clients. Even if they are not in a problem, there are people connected to them who all are my clients who will be having some problems. I am a solution to them. So on LinkedIn, when you post something, your connection likes it, it is being displayed to everyone else in their connection also that you have posted something. So it's a huge kind of a snowball sampling which works on LinkedIn. Second, engagement is one part. If you can motivate yourself to write content on LinkedIn, nothing like it. You can actually become a brand very quickly if you start writing on LinkedIn about whatever your key area of interest is. Not necessary that you're a CA, so you have to be writing only on financial topics. You can pick up anything which motivates you, where you are able to express yourself, because personal brand is talking about what you are as a person. How do you present yourself as a person? So that is what is basically the power of engagement brings, because when you're able to contribute more, your visibility improves, people are able to reach out to you. The more you will be talking, your post will be shown more to people when you are able to engage more, because then people will also be engaging with your content. Because eventually the final aim of using LinkedIn is to build your network, to build your connections. So how will you build your connections? Let's check out this step also in practicality. So when you have to check your connections on LinkedIn, when you have to build a connection, you go to search, and let's say you want to, you want to go and search for something. Let's say you want to search for, let's say you want to job in, you're looking for a, let's say you're looking for a job. Let's say for a time being, you write job. Okay. So it takes you to the search criteria, that whatever you want to find. Now in this, the first thing you have to decide is that what kind of a job are you looking for? Is there a specific location that you're looking to complete with? Is there a specific place that you want to work, right? So that is how you will be able to find. Can you see this? It says job, post, groups, and people. So let's say you want to find the people who are working in, let's say your company is, you want to get a job in Big Four. Okay, so let's say you want to get a job in ENY. ठीक है, तो हमें ENY में जॉब करनी है, तो हमने ENY को चूज कर लिया. And in that ENY, now I want to see that what is the set of people that I can connect with, from where I can get an internship, right? So I will click on people. When I click people, LinkedIn will show me the results of all the people who have mentioned ENY in their profile, right? So can you see talent acquisition professional at ENY, recruiter ENY, talent attraction at ENY, assistant manager talent acquisition ENY. Then what do you do next? Then you choose कि आप उनसे क्यों कनेक्ट करना चाहते हैं. Now LinkedIn पे there are 3 types of connections: first degree, second degree, third degree. First degree is I am Sneha, you are Anamika. Sneha and Anamika are connected. You are my first degree connection. Anamika's friend Ritika is not my connection, but she is my second degree connection. So for building effective connections, the best way is you go for second degree connections, because these are the people जिनके बीच में कोई ऐसा जना है जो कॉमन है, जो आपको भी जानता है और उनको भी जानता है. So this second degree connection is very effective. Second, you go to the location part. If you want to be very specific about the location, you can also be specific whether you want to see only in Noida, whether you want to see only in New Delhi. So let's say somebody wants to see only what are the people who are working in Maharashtra. Maharashtra search kar liya. So they will tell you, okay, these are the people who are currently in Mumbai. Can you see? It says Mumbai, Pune, right? So whoever have mentioned that Mumbai, so it is being displayed, and look, so many connections are there, so many pages. So the total number of people are more than 5,000. बहुत ज़्यादा है. इसके बाद you can use multiple other filters. I usually tell people to use a filter of their common education. If somebody has studied from the same university, if somebody has studied from the same past company, somebody has also worked in PwC, let's say, and then you use that, or somebody is into consulting, you choose that. Everybody who is having those similar criteria will be shorting up. And then what will you do? You will be able to connect with those people by sending them the right kind of, let me show this to you also, by sending them the connection request. So never send the direct connection request, always go to their profile and send a personalized connection request. What is a personalized connection request? Where you will write them, why do you want to connect with them? Okay, so if you're looking for a job, never say that I'm looking for a job, so I want to connect with you. No, the right approach is you follow them for 2 to 3 days, check their profile, and then you send them the connection request. That, hi Leah, I saw you are working with ENY. I was earlier with ENY and have been following your content. It is very amazing. Would love to connect with you. That's it. Very simple. And then you try to build a mutual connection, and then eventually you can pitch them your product, or they might reach out to you, or you try to, get a job or through them. Can you see this cover image? Now this Leah has not put any cover image. Can you see the difference? I showed you 2 other profiles with cover images, and this is without a cover image, right? So that is the difference, these small things. And plus, look at the picture. It is not one of the best pictures. One, her face is not visible. So never put a photograph which is from a very long distance. It should needs to be from a close enough point. Okay, I've randomly picked up somebody, but by chance this picture is not as per what standards, LinkedIn will rate you higher on the platform. So these are the basic things which you keep in mind. You will be able to place yourself better. Again, in your profile, you have the option of putting education, etc. Make sure you do that. In settings and privacy, you should always keep your profile public, right? If you don't keep your profile public, people will not be able to find you. They will not be able to see your picture. So how will they relate to you? They cannot relate to you. So keep your visibility always public. See, profile viewing options, full profile, they are, I am visible to them, right? I have a public profile. If yours is a personal profile, people will not be able to see your picture if they are not connected to you. Okay, so you have to understand, to use this network effectively, you need to be open and confident enough to present yourself. That is of foremost importance, right? So you build the connections based on your goals. Why are you on LinkedIn? And then you will also send personalized connection requests to people, that okay, what exactly you want them to connect to you with. And once you go to them, you nurture them, you keep presenting them. Maybe you read an article, you share the article link with them, that I read this latest article on GST, I hope this will interest you. By this, you are creating a connection. Until and unless you do not create a connection, why would somebody recommend you? So don't go for a straightaway connections like that. Plus, if you're a person who provides services, you must write content on LinkedIn or engage on LinkedIn with your content, which is, indirectly telling what you do. I heard a very interesting example which says, if you are, on the difference between LinkedIn and other social media platforms. So if the difference is that on LinkedIn, if you have to talk about that you like to sell ice creams, you cannot simply say that I want to sell ice creams. You will craft a story around it. That while I was small, I used to do this. I hope someday I'll be able to stand on my own and have a ice cream parlor. Whereas on other platforms, you can simply click a picture, post it and say, one day I will do this, one day I will do that, because that's not a professional network. On LinkedIn, you always present yourself only in the professional manner. So this is how this whole concept has to be understood. Apart from that, many of you would have seen that on LinkedIn, there is an option called LinkedIn Premium. So LinkedIn Premium, another option is Sales Navigator, which is available. That are two options which I don't use LinkedIn Premium, because I think LinkedIn gives you excellent features on the basic account. Premium is for people who want to reach out to people even if they're not connected to them. Okay, that is the first and foremost thing which LinkedIn Premium allows. It's an in-mail feature that they can send you a message even if they are not connected to you. Otherwise, on LinkedIn Basic, you cannot send a message to someone if they are not connected to you. So that is one aspect. Sales Navigator is basically a tool which is to be used by people who are into sales. So I don't see a relevance of most of the general public using it, because it's not basically a networking tool. It is an excellent tool to scrap data, to find out the leads, to reach out to them. But again, there is a cost which is involved. So depending on how much is your budget, you can think about that. If you have a firm of your own and you want to find clients using Sales Navigator, that's an option. Number three, on LinkedIn, you have two kind of profiles which are available. One is a personal profile. The other one is a profile which is called the company page. Okay, so a profile which is personal is meant to talk about you as a person. Company profile is the page of the company that you are working with or you have of your own. Usually they say the reach of a company page is less as compared to the reach of a personal profile. My suggestion, build your personal profile first. Even if you have your own company, set up the company page, but focus on building your personal brand. First, people will relate to the person and then they will understand that this brand belongs to that person. That is how the branding on LinkedIn can be done very, very effectively. Right? So this is what I think I wanted to present to all of you on basic understanding about LinkedIn. It's a huge, there is no end to what we can keep talking about LinkedIn. But this is exactly what you must know if you want to start using this platform effectively. So I think over to Virag sir. If we have some questions, Virag sir, I'll be more than happy to take them. Over to you, sir.
Thank you, ma'am. Would like to request all the participants to post their question in the question tab, and we'll take one by one for the ma'am.
Sure, sir.
Yes, ma'am, we have a few questions. CA Manoj Agrawal is asking that what is the LinkedIn badge and its uses?
Sure. So that's a good question, Manoj sir. LinkedIn badges is basically meant to highlight your profile in a particular way. For example, let's say I'm a company and I want to, show that I am currently hiring. So it is, you can use that badge to highlight that you are currently hiring, and people will completely come to know the moment they see your profile picture, they can make out that you are hiring. Then the same way, if you're open to work, there is another option of using open to work. So you can put that badge if you want to work. So the purpose of badges is to make it easier for other people in your network to understand what is your need or what is it that you're offering. So that is the basic purpose of a badge. Not almost everyone uses it, but I feel it depends on what is your current situation. If you're a student, open to work is a great option. If you're a company, hiring is a great option. But at times you're looking for a switch within the same company. So we tend to restrict from using, open to work, because we don't want everyone to know that, we are looking for a switch. So it depends how you want to use this particular feature. It's a great feature to stand out and very clearly tell your audience that whether you're available for job, for work. So that's how it works. I hope that answers your question.
Okay. The next question is from Arundhati Das. Can you help more with summary section which will help attract recruiters?
Sure. So for summary section, ma'am, what was the name of the participant? Missed that. So I think Anukriti. I'm so sorry, I missed the name. So when we talk about a LinkedIn summary section, what we eventually want is that one, it should be full of keywords. That is the basic purpose of a summary section. And in your summary section, you should not only focus on what is your work about, you should personalize it. For example, when you give the answer of, please introduce yourself, you just don't talk about your educational qualification. You also say what is it that you're passionate about, what is it that you do. So you must make sure that these profile summary, it talks about you as a person. Okay, so don't copy your resume objective and never write it in third person. I've seen many people writing it in third person, that completed, taxation, did GST filing for 15 clients. No, always do it in first person. I did this particular thing. I have been actively involved. Use first pronoun and use that in your summary. That will give you that personalization. Apart from that, the basic way to go about it is question yourself first. What do you want your audience to know about you? Number one. Next question, what do you want them to do? What should they do after they read your profile summary? And what should they feel about it? So you have to answer these three questions using your profile summary. You have to give them a call to action. You have to tell them what you can do for them. And number three, you have to tell them what kind of a person you are. Okay, so you can talk about your accomplishments. You can talk about your statistics, that you did complete some things. You can talk about your skill set, what skills are there with you, using the right keywords again. You can also talk about your unique traits. It is not related to your maybe your profession, but let's say somebody is artist, somebody is a singer. Like I have written, I'm a golfer. It's got nothing to do with my profession, but I mentioned it. You can talk about your certifications. You can talk about your affiliations if you're affiliated to a particular thing. So that's how, if you write it, your summary needs to be number one, attractive, it needs to be compelling, and it needs to have the right keywords. So you should highlight your skill set, talk about your experience in brief, 2 3 lines, Then talk about your unique traits as a professional. What are your unique traits? What are your personal unique traits? Talk about your affiliations. You've studied from somewhere, etc., etc. Then you give a call to action, that how you can help them, how they can reach out to you, how they can connect to you, or how they can, talk to you. What are the mediums through which they can reach out to you? You can add some documents also in your summary section to support. If you want to show that you have some certification, you want to highlight it, you can do that. So it's like selling your best story through that one page summary is what exactly you got to do, because you get to write approximately 5,000 to 7,000 words in LinkedIn summary. So it's a great opportunity. I think that will be it, Ritika ma'am.
Yeah, and next question is from Harsh. Can you highlight something on LinkedIn Local Meet?
LinkedIn Local, sure. So Harsh, LinkedIn Local is basically an initiative. There is somebody called Ms. Preeti Chaudhary. She is the one who brought LinkedIn Local India. I am myself LinkedIn Local host for Chandigarh. So in LinkedIn Local, what happens is that the people who are in that area, they come together and they meet each other. बिकॉज अभी मेरे बहुत सारे कनेक्शन चंडीगढ़ में, पर मैं उनसे कभी पर्सनली मिली नहीं हूँ, मैंने कभी किसी को बात नहीं किया. इट्स ओनली थ्रू द वर्चुअल मीडियम दैट वी हैव कनेक्टेड. So LinkedIn Local gives you an option to connect with your LinkedIn connections personally. It's a great way. So before COVID, we used to do quite a number of sessions, and we used to go out, meet people, do small sessions. Like this is another session that these kind of sessions also we used to conduct for LinkedIn Local, where people would connect with each other. Some industry expert would come, and we get to meet our own network. So LinkedIn Local is a great way. So if you are in a city where LinkedIn Local chapter is not there, you can approach Preeti ma'am and you can request her that you want to, become a host with LinkedIn Local, and you can start hosting events for LinkedIn Local. You're allowed to use the branding, and there are a lot of interesting things which allows. And I would also like to share, there's another interesting thing that LinkedIn allows, not LinkedIn actually, but you all must have heard about TED Talks. So there's another thing called TED Circles. So TED Circle is where anyone can become a host, and they can again help people talk to each other on a particular topic during a particular time of the year. So that is another excellent way of connecting with people. These all things are meant for networking. So like we had a panelist saying that your net worth is actually your network. So whatever you build in your network is, what is going to give you benefit. Because I myself have got so many opportunities through LinkedIn, which I would have never imagined, because I was never into content writing. But you all must have heard about Bada Business, Dr. Vivek Bindra's firm. I have written content for them. I wrote a program for them. So they approached me through LinkedIn. Why? Because they thought I'm a personal brand consultant for public speaking. So I wrote a program for them on public speaking. So LinkedIn can give you numerous opportunities, especially for women who are restarting their careers, which was an important topic. That thing, if as a woman you have some aspirations, because before I was a mother, I was a full-time employee. But after I, got into motherhood, I've decided I want to have my own venture. So I actually used LinkedIn to build my personal brand. I have seen CAs coming into content writing. There is huge potential. They can get into training industry, which is going to turn a multi-billion-dollar industry in next 5 years, right? So if you are willing to restart your career, the best way is to build your personal brand. And there is no other medium other than LinkedIn to put forward your professional side. If you are somebody who's into, baking, and if you're into something which is, jewelry building, which are very different things, then Instagram is the right, approach. But if you're trying to restart your career on professional things like content writing, you want to help people in training, you want to help them in preparation of CA, anything, this is the platform which can help you stand out. The only point you have to remember is you have to give value. Don't keep your financial goal at the first step. Keep giving value, add value, give information, let people benefit from that, and then eventually the financial circle will begin. So your career break will never be a break. It will actually become your inflection point for further growth if you exactly know what you're trying to achieve. Over to you, Ritika. Thank you.
Vinayak Shetty is asking, can you throw some light on content creation?
All right, sure, Vinay. Content creation is basically content writing itself is a huge industry. Okay. And with so many digital mediums, digital platforms getting activated, the need for digital content has got enhanced, right? So content creation and content writing are basically where you write content for a particular topic on a particular industry for a particular company or an individual. Okay, there are content writers which write for people. For example, somebody wants to build a personal brand on LinkedIn, so I offer services where I help them in building their personal brand. So I write content for them, I get their creative designs, everything. So if you think you have an eye towards writing, you have flair towards writing, you enjoy writing, you can give yourself that opportunity. How you can start? You can start by presenting yourselves on websites like Freelancer. You can go to Internshala and register as an intern. Maybe you do not get much money, but you get the experience of writing and you get more refined. And once you're able to present, you have a portfolio. That is the time when the real game will start. So first you learn the process, you understand the intricacies, and then you present yourself based on the financial terms which you want to achieve. So one is content writing, the other one is content creation. Content creation is when somebody is trying to put a video, they need some content for that video. So that content creation, these days all the solopreneurs, the business owners, the people who have their own small startups or ventures, they are looking for people who can help them in building their personal brand. So if you actually have the creative juices, if you really can think what will attract the audience, and you're able to write it and put it in the right perspective, I think you can get into this field. And this comes with time. Nobody is a born content creator. It's just that you practice, you refine it, and eventually you're able to present yourself. Another very interesting field which has come up in content writing is meme marketing. You must have seen a lot of memes these days. So on LinkedIn also, you will not believe that LinkedIn has a very high reach for memes, because I also post memes once in a week. So my memes have great reach on LinkedIn. So memes also have another form of content creation. That is what I wanted to put forward. Thank you.
Okay. There is one question from Amarnath. He is asking, do you assist in creating corporate profiles for companies on LinkedIn?
Yes, absolutely. That is also part of the portfolio that I have, where I help corporate clients to build their company page, as well as help the topmost shotguns to first have their personal branding in place, and then get the whole employees to engage on the company page. Because the purpose of a company page on LinkedIn is to present yourself to the world, so that if a prospective employee is trying to join you, or if a client wants to check you out, that option is available. So yes, we do provide that also.
Deepika is saying that I am a CA with 6.5 years of experience in finance and accounts. Currently, I am on break from last 2.5 years. Can you please elaborate how to go about LinkedIn profile after the career break for the people looking to resume the professional career?
I think the best way to go about it is, Deepika, one, first accept that it's okay to go on a career break. Add that career break to your LinkedIn profile if you were actually not doing anything else. If there was something which you were doing as a side hustle, whether it was for, it is not only the financial implication. Maybe you were helping somebody in your family to establish a business, or you were writing some small content for some people. Add that to your experience, and whatever time you actually did take that career break, mention it on your profile, and start putting out yourself as a person who knows what he or she wants to do. So when if you want to get back to your professional life, set the goal of the company you want to join, what particular domains you want to join, remake your LinkedIn profile with the right kind of keywords, and then start posting the content. Because for people who are on career break, referencing, recommendations, the blue job market is the biggest way to enter that. Because otherwise, if you go by the ATS system, it might just reject our profiles based on the career breaks that we have. So for you, recommendations, referencing, networking is going to play a huge role. So you have to connect with the right kind of people. You need to present yourself as a right knowledgeable person and have the right keywords, so that when someone is searching for the place where you can fit, you are at least visible in that list of people. And of course, for you, you need to work on the recommendation part and references, networking, with whom you should connect, from where you will be able to make a difference. That is the best way.
Next question is from Sonali. Does LinkedIn learning courses add value to the profile?
Yes, LinkedIn learning courses, I will not say if it adds value to the profile or not. Okay, why do I say this is that course karna, course ka certificate milna, these are two different aspects. Okay, so if you have done the course and if you have done it effectively, whether it is from Udemy, whether it is from Coursera, whether it is from LinkedIn Learning, if you know what you have done, it will come out. If you do not know, it will not make any difference. Although coming back, LinkedIn Learning does have a good reputation in terms of completion of course and the content. Although it is very basic, let me tell you, any course that you pick on LinkedIn Learning, it is very basic. It's not even, it's a beginner level that you will get to do on LinkedIn Learning. And also for people who have not yet subscribed to LinkedIn Premium, LinkedIn gives you the option to get LinkedIn Premium for 1 month free to have a trial. And in that trial, LinkedIn Learning is free. So if you are a learner who wants to learn, join LinkedIn Learning Premium on trial, do all possible studies that you want to do using the LinkedIn Learning courses. And then if you do not want to continue with LinkedIn Learning feature, you can simply stop that service. I hope that answers your question. Yeah.
Mr. Yash is asking, is this advertising of ourselves allowed by ICAI? I don't
We
think
do not
LinkedIn.
advertise.
Yes.
Yeah. Advertising is not what you do on LinkedIn. You will never say, I can, I am giving you this service. You will only say that I'm an expert, right? That's it. You are an expert. So you're just telling, you're sharing your knowledge. And if somebody reaches out to you and asks you, then you will be telling them, which is okay because they are approaching you. You are not saying that, okay, I will file your income tax for so and so. That is not allowed because it is the same promotion thing. You can't do that. I haven't seen this on LinkedIn. So people will always do what they will, when the ITR filing is near, they will start explaining how you can get the benefit, what is ATC, what you ATG, how you can get the benefit. So you automatically, people like me will understand that this person can help me in filing. So what do? I send them a message that can you help me in this? And that is how the conversation starts. So you are never being questioned for advertising yourself because you actually don't advertise at all. It doesn't happen.
Mr. Charan Das is asking, how to ensure my profile comes first on Google search screen? What do I need to do for that?
You have to make your personal brand. That's the only thing you have to be
Yeah.
doing. You have to make sure that your keywords are right. Absolutely. You have to be first go to Google and just search right now. Where does your profile come? Does it even come anywhere? If it doesn't come anywhere, then you have to see what email ID are you using. Is your name already taken by somebody in the industry, your industry or any industry? And then eventually it will start working for you. Okay. But if you make a good LinkedIn profile and if you add the right kind of keywords, then automatically Google will show you your LinkedIn profile as the first search result. Okay.
Yeah.
So by the time, Ritika ma'am, you figure out any other questions, I will just request the attendees to give me marks out of 10. Was this session somewhat helpful, somewhat knowledgeable, right? Did it help you in understanding the implications? Because LinkedIn is a tool which is so huge that there is so much to cover that there is no end. I can talk about only making a good cover image for next 1 hour. It's that kind of a topic. I can, and plus one more bonus tip for all of you who are looking for building their cover images. There is a tool called Canva. Okay, CANVA. Canva. I will just type it also in the chat. So Canva is a free tool which allows you to make excellent posts free. There is no money you have to pay, no premium you have to take, nothing doing. It can help you in creating a good cover image. It can help you in adding pictures, posting on LinkedIn the images, the posters that we make, easiest of all, very easy tool to use, and you can learn a lot through it. And there is another tool called background.og. Okay, so that tool can also be used for removing any background from your pictures. If you have a picture which is very good,
can you write that in the chat box?
yes, I'll just write that. I'm just writing that. So these two tools you can actually use for Canva is for getting this particular your posters, your cover images, right? They are one of the good tools. And the other one that I'm talking about is removing your background. That is remove.bg. Okay, so आप उसमें कुछ मत करो, अपनी पिक्चर लेके जाओ और उस पिक्चर को वहां डाल दो, and you just tell that remove the background, it will remove the background. It allows you to add another background. If it was a cluttered background, you can add a plain background, you can add trees, you can add anything that you want. Okay, so that's also a great way of getting something done. Over to you, Ritika. Thank you.
So this LinkedIn profile will be really helpful for even freelancers to find out different opportunities in the market.
Absolutely, ma'am. Freelancers are making all their money by using LinkedIn only, because that is how we get our clients, okay? Because that is how we come to know who is in need of something, and eventually we give them our services, right? So if you have the right goal set on LinkedIn, then you can actually go ahead and get it done. So if my screen is visible in the featured section, it is the best way to put forward whatever your offerings are. You don't have to quote a price. You can simply say whatever you do, or write a post based on that, so that the people can understand your work. So if you are a content creator, or if you want to get into podcasting, you want to get into content writing, you want to improve your practice, you want to get an internship, get clarity on your goal. Getting clarity on your goal is the first step for you to use this platform effectively. Because if you go on my featured section, the first one that you see, this link, it is basically my link where I help people. You click this particular link, it will take you to my other website, where I give them a LinkedIn course, where I tell people how to improve their profile, enhance their profile, and complete this during a 10-day challenge. So that is the purpose of the featured section, which is very, very important. So we need to be using that effectively in order to make sure that we are able to stand out.
We have done with the questions.
Great, ma'am. Thank you.
They are keep coming. So if anybody has any question, we have 5 more minutes. So you can post in the question tab and we can take that. And
Meanwhile, may I request all of you to
for
be
recommendation kind of thing, what recommendation is helpful or how it will be helpful. And before that, I would like to request all the attendees for giving the feedback of the session as requested by Sneha ma'am. Over to you, ma'am.
Sure. Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir. So talking about LinkedIn recommendations, like I've already shared with you, LinkedIn recommendation is the best way to create your credibility, right? So when you are asking for a LinkedIn recommendation, you need to be knowing what is it that you're looking for. Because if you exactly know आप चाहते क्या है अपने audience से, then only you can request them that this is what they should deliver. In their recommendation, you are given an option to choose that have you worked with this person in the past? Were you under him? Were you his employee? Were you a co-worker? So based on whatever your current scenario is, they will be able to recommend you. Recommendation helps you in getting higher reach. That is the first thing. It creates authenticity, it creates your visibility, enhances your networking. Okay, so always remember that you need to ask recommendation from people जिनके साथ आपने पहले काम किया है, who are your current work set, who have seen you perform, okay, who have been in your teams, or who have worked as a mentor to you. You can use any of these. So if you have your teachers, you have your old friends with whom you have worked, you can approach them. You need to be courteous enough, you need to request them. They are not under any obligation. The good part about recommendation is that if it's a recommendation, after they submit the recommendation, you have the option to view it. If you like the recommendation, you publish it. If you see there is some problem, there is something which you want them to change, some additions to make, you send a request for a rewriting. So they get a request that Sneha has requested to just rewrite the recommendation, and obviously you have to verbally or on a message tell them, but a recommendation automatically doesn't get posted because Google review pe, if you want to review somebody, you go to Google and you write the review. Whether it is true or false, the person has no control on it. But LinkedIn recommendation, if it is a LinkedIn recommendation, they will first see it. If I feel that this recommendation is correct, it is being given by somebody who's my acquaintance, then only I will be using it on my profile. Okay. And once you publish the recommendation, you can still take it back. So you always have those options to remove a recommendation, to add a recommendation, to revise a recommendation. They all help. Okay. And when you're requesting somebody for a recommendation, make sure that you give them a reason why you want them to give a recommendation. First, you have to request them. You can create a need, request a urgency that I have a job opening, job opportunity. I want to make sure that my best self is put forward. Request you to please comment on my work that we did earlier. So that is how you have to do. And you have to be very courteous. You have to respect their time, right? If possible, give them the pointers that what is it that you want to talk, what do you want them to write. Do you want them to write about your soft skills? Do you want them to write about your technical skills, your knowledge about a particular topic? The more specific you are, it is easier for your recommenders to recommend you, because then they don't feel the pressure of thinking. You give them the points and it works tremendously well. And if you're asking from people who are your colleague level, write a recommendation and then request for a recommendation. This always works, because then there is this gratitude which comes up, that they feel that this person has written for us, so they respond back a little earlier. So that's a good way to have a recommendation.
There is one question from Sai Kumar. Being a chartered accountant, I am looking to explore emerging technologies like blockchain. How to balance these two and get the right opportunities?
First question is, what do you want to explore into blockchain? One is you're trying to build a career in blockchain. Second, you're trying to find the clients which work in the domain of blockchain and you want to help them with your services of a CA. So whenever you get this clarity, then is the time that you start putting out content which is, or one, to make the network connections with the people who are into the blockchain industry, because on LinkedIn, when you make your profile, it specifically asks you about the industry, and this industry is only visible to you. Your connections cannot see the industry you have chosen. Okay, so make sure that you choose the right industry, because this industry will define आप की post किसको दिख रही है. LinkedIn is promoting you where. So when you choose the right industry, the chances of you getting featured, getting promoted to the right audience is more. So choose your industry correctly. After you choose your industry correctly, make the relevant connections. Number three, start engaging with the content of those connections with whom you want to work, the same blockchain. Or if you want to present yourself as an influencer in the blockchain, start posting content. That is the only way. The only way to flourish on, the interesting fact is that on LinkedIn, 98% people, we call them, scrollers. They are the ones who keep scrolling. Only 2% are content creators. Only 2%. So imagine, if you are able to start writing content, you are actually spreading out the world to 98% of the other people. So it's a huge opportunity. Huge opportunity for everyone.
There is one question from Charan Das. Do LinkedIn have any feature or tool to get a profile right on the front of the Google search? I think this question we have already answered.
It will automatically come, Charan. That is the basic. That is Google's SEO understanding, that if your LinkedIn is properly optimized, your profile would usually be the first one. But if it is not, then you need to work on your name. Like I changed my name to Sneha Sharma, the coach. So you figure out a name where you are able to stand out and make yourself visible on Google. You have to be standing out. That's our own personal take that we need to be doing. Plus, if anyone wants anything more, if you would like to take my help in building your profile, you can just go to LinkedIn, type Sneha Sharma the coach. My profile will be there. Please send me your DM. You can ask any of your questions there. I'll be more than happy to help you with your queries over there also.
Yeah, sure.
Because we also offer LinkedIn optimization. So if you are a personal profile and you want some help in optimizing your profile, I can help you with that as well. Plus, there is
Yes,
a
ma'am.
course that you can do on your own.
We will surely connect you through LinkedIn.
Done.
Actually, we had not taken this platform so seriously, but after this webinar, we are able to understand how important it is in today's technological world that we should connect through LinkedIn.
Absolutely. Because Ritika, I would also like to share with everyone that, in job search or internship search, we call there are two types of strategies. One is blue ocean strategy, the other one is red ocean strategy. So red ocean strategy is the jobs, the internships which are advertised by the company, which is visible to everyone. Blue ocean is the jobs which are never advertised, but they are available. So for reaching out to those jobs which are never advertised, you have to be connected to the right people. I can never think about connecting to, a president of a company otherwise. I cannot even enter his office or forget maybe at times the building. But through LinkedIn, if you do it right, you can actually approach people. Because I actually had the privilege of, being a connection of Ankur Wariku first on LinkedIn and then getting to meet him. So he could actually recognize that I am someone. So that's a great deal for a person to be, connecting themselves to the right kind of people in their industry. It builds a huge effort. It gives you great results if you're able to. And people are doing this as a side hustle. They have their own setups and they have their content writing firms, they have their podcasting, they have their other services which they use through LinkedIn. They are able to promote those services. So if you have your goal clarity, if you know why you're doing something, the chances of achieving it are more. And I would request each one of you to make sure that you are being ranked. आज आप जाके सबसे पहले अपना SSI score check करिएगा. What is your social selling index on LinkedIn? If that score will actually give you a real idea that where do you really stand on LinkedIn? What is your current status? There's another interesting website called Resume Worded. Okay, so if you go to Resume Worded, it gives you a free LinkedIn profile score. It tells you what is right and what is wrong on your LinkedIn, right? So that is again another excellent tool that you can use. I will just share my screen and show you what it looks like. So this is the tool. This is called Resume Worded. Okay, so if you go to this, you can, it says a get a free review. So you simply click on this and it will show you the review. It will tell you about your profile. It will tell you what keywords were right, what was your overall score, what needs to be taken care of. It will give you headline में कितने marks, summary के कितने marks, experience के कितने marks. It tells you everything, right? So this is the first step that you should do if you already have a LinkedIn profile. Second step is you should make sure that after you see the result of this, improve your profile. Number three, get your LinkedIn goal clear. Why are you on LinkedIn? What is it that you want to achieve? And then start building the right connections. Building the right connections is the most important aspect of being on LinkedIn. Okay, that is the most crucial part of LinkedIn. If you're able to connect with the right set of people, then only you will be able to reach to the right audience. So if anyone has any other questions, yeah, please. Sorry.
You have answered almost all the questions.
That's great. Teacher never feels more happier than this because I'm basically a professor for the last 10 years. So you feel very happy when answers are already given and people feel that, okay, now they have no questions left. So it feels very fulfilling. So yeah, that's great.
Ma'am, we have some compliments. Manoj ji is posted that very nice and informative session to Sneha madam. I think Manoj ji is from Northeast. if I remember, the Manoj Agrawala is from Northeast, attending your session from Northeast.
Thank you very much, Manoj sir. Extremely grateful.
And we have got there are many responses or feedback, we can say 8 out of the 10 marks. So they are giving feedback as an 8. There are a few more comments, ma'am. Session is fantastic from Shweta Lohia, ma'am. That was a wonderful presentation from Jitendra Jain. Great learning, Sneha ma'am, from Deepika Fuller. So there are many other comments as well.
Sure. So all those who were asking if you would like to connect with me, I'm putting my LinkedIn profile in the chat window. So if you want, you can connect with me on LinkedIn, and I'll be more than happy to connect with you and deliver some value. Thank you. Over to you, Virag sir. Thank you.
9 out of 10. Jitendra Jain is saying, there was some business coming your way after this session. Parag Bujbal ji, eye opener session.
Thank
There
you,
are
sir. Very
great
kind. I could
comments
add
from
some
the
value.
audience.
That's it.
I received few comments in my WhatsApp as well from the participants directly that who are not active, like our coordinator Ritika is not on LinkedIn. Few other members are also not on LinkedIn. So they told that we will create our profile now.
Please,
Yeah,
they
the
should,
first
sir.
thing
It's
that
a
I
gold
would
mine.
is to create the profile.
Yes, I think one should always no. Please just don't only create the profile. Be active on LinkedIn. You don't have to be a whole day on LinkedIn. 15-20 minutes of effective LinkedIn usage. It can do some drastic change to the way you all on by own. You start feeling good about yourself because there are people who would respect you for your knowledge. You start feeling that I'm adding value to even one person, more than sufficient. You don't need 1 lakh people to tell you that. Even if one person says that yes, you could deliver, you feel that okay, today's day is done. You feel that contentment coming. So absolutely, do
Yeah,
make your
so
LinkedIn profile and remain active on
so
it.
request all the attendees to use LinkedIn maximum as a professional network, and what we can say 15-20 minutes as ma'am told, we can easily do, like we are already
Absolutely.
utilizing, or we can say wasting our time on other platform or web series and kind of thing. So we can easily use this for our professional growth. Parag ji is telling that excellent session. Why not give 11 out of 10? So that kind of comment also. Rahul Agarwal ji,
Very
this
nice.
session is really good. So we are receiving many this kind of feedback, and so we don't have any question, and we are already on time, and we are concluding the session. So before that, I would like to request, there are many attendees already given a vote of thanks or a positive comment and feedback, but would like to request Ritika for a formal vote of thanks to our today's speaker. So over to you, Ritika ji.
Yes, ma'am. It was a very informative session and very valuable session. And the explanation about and along with the presentation was really good. We could relate to many things by viewing the screen, and all the options available you had explained in detail, how to create the profile and how to use it for our business advantage, and what mistakes also people normally make when they make the profile. That also you had explained in detail, so that when we would be updating our profile, we would ensure that we don't make these kind of mistakes which you already had explained in detail. And it was really, thank you so much for your wonderful session and valuable time, and hope we would keep in touch.
Surely. Thank you very much. Thank you, Virag sir, for making this a possibility. Thank you, Ritika ma'am, for the kind words. Thank you, everyone, for joining. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, ma'am. Just want to tell that we have covered the question only from the GoToWebinar. There are many comments and the question and the appreciation on YouTube, on LinkedIn Live as well, on Twitter and Facebook as well. So, but due to the our limitation, we have covered the question from the GoToWebinar. Many other viewers are also taken the benefit on our other platforms. So thank you so much once again, ma'am, for the wonderful session. We'll be in touch, and I would like to tell everyone that ma'am has a personal courses as well for LinkedIn and other public speaking. So you can touch with ma'am on LinkedIn, and whenever ma'am announces courses, and ma'am has a recorded session as well, so she can, the attendees can take the benefit of the same as well. Even we will announce our course shortly for 2 or 3 session or 4 session, when in that we will cover the LinkedIn on more detailed way and a practical aspect where you can do a hand-holding exercise, practical exercise while during the courses as well. So that announcement we will shortly make on our platform. So be in connect with us. We'll send a mail for the same as well. And meanwhile, be on LinkedIn and make your profile, basic profile at least, and after that you can take the benefit. And is for your LinkedIn growth, you can make your profile as an all-star profile and many more such things. So with this, we are concluding our today's session. Thank you so much all. Thank you our coordinator. Thank you all the invitee guests from all the branches, from Ahmedabad, from Vapi, from Navi Mumbai, from Vasai, and other as well. So thank you so much, Ritika ji, for the wonderful coordination of our today's session as well. Thank you. Thank you.